Ladies and gentlemen, Les Kennedy was immensely proud of his Aboriginal heritage, and tonight we're delighted to announce the establishment of the Les Kennedy Journalism Scholarship. The Kennedy Foundation is launching the initiative, the initiative in partnership with the Aboriginal Land Council and Paradigm Resources, the sponsors of tonight's John Newfong Award for outstanding reporting on Indigenous affairs. So would you please welcome the Chairman of the New South Wales Aboriginal Land Council, Craig Crommelin, and the Minister for Industry, Resources and Energy, Anthony Roberts.
At least 15 minutes. Just joking. But seriously, can I say tonight doesn't happen without the wondrous work of volunteers and people who've committed a large amount of time. So Adam Walters and your team, stand up for a second. Thank you very much. Well done. Great job. Seriously, best function, just talking to Mike Baird, best function we've been to probably in about 3 years, or at least since the last one of these. To Ray, the Master of Ceremonies, thank you so much, Ray. Thank you for giving your time and your effort. Thank you. And there's a special person I want to mention tonight very quickly, and that's Todd Binney. Where are you, Todd? Now this bloke, come up here. Where are you? Yeah, just here. Just stand out the front. Now this bloke is getting all the speakers up. There's like 3,000 awards tonight. 3,000. He's not eating, he's not drinking. You know, a producer getting around. Thank you very much for all the work you're doing. But tonight, importantly, I'm here with Chairman Crommelin. This is a great stance we're taking with respect to Indigenous leaders for the launch of the Les Kennedy Journalism Scholarship, and of course generously supported by Paradigm Resources. It's a joint venture. This is a joint venture with the Australian, the Aboriginal Lands Council. It's about self-determination and creating jobs for Indigenous people in New South Wales. These ambitions are by no means lofty, but completely achievable with Mike Baird's government's plans for boosting the economy, not just for the north and south of the state, but also for the west. Can I praise the Chairman and his team for the wonderful work they're doing. Paradigm Resources, thank you very much. I'll pass across now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister. Can I first of all start by paying my respects to the custodians of country, the Gadigal people. I'd like to pay my respects to the elders, both past and present. And while myself and my fellow colleagues travel throughout their country, I ask that their ancestors look over us and ensure that we have safe passage back to our communities and back to our countries. On behalf of my fellow councillors at the New South Wales Aboriginal Land Council, our partners at Paradigm, and on behalf of our network, of which there are over 26,000 members, 120 local Aboriginal Land Councils around the state, it gives me great pleasure to announce tonight the finalists for this particular award. And they are Nick Greenaway, Michael Usher, and Grace Tobin of 60 Minutes 9 Network, Bill Poulos, the Northern Daily Leader, and Greg Bearup, the Australian. And the winner is Bill Poulos, the Northern Daily Leader. Congratulations, Bill.
Bill Poulos reveals how a small town rallied to support one of their own, Bernie Briggs, in his fight against pancreatic cancer. Poulos shows how black and white can come together in true mateship and work for the common good.
I've come very unprepared for this. I just didn't think I'd be a chance against the likes of 60 Minutes and the Australian. Just from Moree, a little town in northwestern New South Wales, and I'm just very thankful just to be in this company. That was a win for me and a win for Moree, I think. And also the two people that I really want to thank here tonight is my beautiful wife Cindy and my beautiful stepson Yang. And they're sitting down the end there. So when you see us later, come and have a drink. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mrs. Teresa Ticehurst and veteran Channel 9 chopper pilot Mr. Dave Wilson to present the award for Outstanding Television News Camera Coverage. Named in honour of Gary Ticehurst and sponsored by 9 News.
Gary Ticehurst was not only a work colleague of mine, he was also a dear, dear friend. We both started flying in the Sydney media circus within weeks of each other 35 years ago in 1980. And although a lot of water has flowed under the bridge since then, one thing hasn't changed. A media pilot's job is to still provide an aerial platform from which the cameraman can work his magic. I've worked with many cameramen over the years and they're all different. Some are pedantic, some are pushy, some are picky, some are precious, possibly pedantic. They are, however, all precise, they are all proud, and they are all professional. And they know that one thing is paramount: pictures. Bearing that in mind, the nominees for the Gary Ticehurst Award for Outstanding Television News Coverage are Ollie Clark and Josh Martin, 9 News. Greg Parker, 7 News. Greg Barbera, Sunday Night 7 Network.
And the winner is Greg Parker, 7 News.
When the world watched in horror as the Link Cafe siege headed towards its tragic climax, Greg Parker's remarkable composure was matched only by his professionalism in extreme circumstances. Working alongside the police, Parker's concentration was unwavering, displaying a coolness that defied the terror unfolding across the street from 7's Martin Place newsroom.
To begin with, if I could acknowledge Ollie and Greg Barbera and Josh, who are brilliant cameramen and even better blokes. To the families of Katrina Dawson and Tori Johnson, to the wounded, to the hostages that made it out, you will never walk alone. I know I speak for everyone in this room when I say that we wish the siege had never happened. To my colleagues, Gary Porter, Matt Hall and Bill Forbes, stand tall. You went well above and beyond and you put our craft of TV news in front of your own safety. You are men above men. To Mel Doyle and Chris Reason, who were without peer that night. To David Bray, Chris Willis, Rob Rashke and Stu Wallace, who led the incredible team effort from our newsroom. And to the rest of the 7 network who kept us on air when we didn't have a TV station in Sydney. In particular to my mates from the camera department, this is for all of you. To cameramen everywhere who go into harm's way, armed only with a camera because they believe the truth needs to be told, you guys are an inspiration. To Rob the police sniper, to Dave and Kieran the police techs who stood on watch that night, to the TOU officers who went into Lint without fear, knowing they were going to be shot at. You guys have courage I could only dream of. To the people of Sydney who made such a powerful statement with that floral tribute in the days following, To my wife Jackie, son Lockie, daughter Claudia, and to my parents who I owe so much, you are my rock. Lastly, to the police, ambulance and fire officers everywhere who keep us safe. You are the reason I can sleep soundly at night. Whenever my 3-year-old tells me what he wants to be when he grows up, it's no surprise that it's always one of you. Walk on, you'll never walk alone.